Welcome back to From the Pages, the show where wrestling history lives and breathes again, one magazine at a time. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Tell us your favorite from this incredible period because we're cracking open a pivotal issue, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, January 1990. The sport stood at a crossroads. The 80s were ending in a blaze of glory, and the new decade promised to be even wilder. The pages are loaded with legends: Von Erich, the Ultimate Warrior, Jim Ross, the Midnight Express, Sid Vicious, and a generation ready to redefine the word superstar. We begin, as always, with the hum and flicker of the departments. In between falls, the editors talk about the changing landscape, the talent drain as wrestlers jump between the WWF, NWA, and AWA, and the uncertain rise of new faces like Tom Magee, who looked like the future but never quite found his footing. The tone is both hopeful and skeptical, a look at wrestling's growing pains as television deals and egos reshape the game. Then it's over to Ringside with Bill Apter, where the Dean of Wrestling Journalists takes readers around the world in tight, authoritative prose. Apter recaps title changes, new rivalries, and locker room tension. Terry Funk's war with Ric Flair rages on. Lex Luger continues his climb. The Road Warriors are splitting time between continents. Apter captures it all with that familiar blend of insider knowledge and fan energy that defined PWI's tone. That's serious, but never cynical. From the desk of Stu Sachs offers the editor's response to a letter defending Dusty Rhodes. Sachs writes candidly, balancing respect with realism. Dusty has been a creative force and a performer who can't be replaced, but every hero must evolve or time will catch up. It's thoughtful, restrained, and gives readers a peek into how the magazine straddled journalism and fandom. No Holds Barred by Dave Rosenbaum returns next, updating readers on topics from previous columns, lingering feuds, backstage rumors, and the eternal debate of whether wrestling could ever return to pure sport. Rosenbaum's tone is cutting but informed, part provocateur, part historian. Focus with Craig Peters looks forward, as always. It's time to look ahead to 1990, Peters declares, outlining what he expects to be a new wave of athleticism, production, and storytelling. He predicts that Sid Vicious will break out, the NWA will expand internationally, and the WWF will push spectacle further than ever before. It reads like prophecy. Matt Brock's looking at the Samoan SWAT team takes a deep dive into the fearsome pairing of Fatu and Samu. The veteran columnist paints them as the inheritors of a primal legacy, power, unpredictability, and sheer aggression. They don't wrestle, Brock writes. They invade. He praises their toughness and chemistry, hinting that the tag division will soon have to bow before them. Off the Top Rope with Eddie Elner, always the firebrand of PWI's columns, answers reader mail with sharp wit and barely concealed contempt. One fan asks if Hulk Hogan could beat Ric Flair. Elner snipes. In the time it takes Hogan to pose, Flair would have already won 3 falls. Another asks if the Ultimate Warrior can wrestle. Elner replies he doesn't need to wrestle, he explodes. It's classic Elner. Equal parts snark and insight. Then the statistics arrive, the heart of PWI, official wrestling ratings. Ric Flair reigns as world champion, while Hulk Hogan holds the WWF world title. Terry Funk, Lex Luger, the Great Muta, and Sting follow close behind. The Intercontinental Division lists the Ultimate Warrior on top, and in the tag team ranks, the Road Warriors, the Brainbusters, and the Midnight Express dominate. In the women's division, Rockin' Robin and Sherry Martel lead the charge. It's the definitive snapshot of who ruled the ring as the 80s drew to a close. Ratings analysis breaks down the trends. Most popular, Hulk Hogan, Sting, and Dusty Rhodes. Most hated, Terry Funk, Rick Rude, and the Great Muta. The editors comment that the fans' cheers and boos often overlap, proof that charisma trumps morality in professional wrestling. Then comes the PWI close-up, and this issue's subject is none other than Sid Vicious. The feature is written like a prophecy. Sid Vicious may be the most dangerous man in wrestling, it begins. His career is traced from his Memphis beginnings to his emergence in the NWA as one half of the Skyscrapers. The copy describes his physique in near-biblical terms: 6 feet 9 inches, 290 pounds of menace. Photos show him snarling, flexing, glaring at the camera as if daring the reader to look away. The feature declares Sid Vicious doesn't just want to win. He wants to erase anyone who stands in front of him. This rolls into the PWI Super Bonus centerfold, a magnificent double-page portrait of Sid. The lighting stark, the muscles gleaming, the stare cold and absolute. It's the visual punctuation of his rise. Scouting report then hits quick and sharp, spotlighting PY2 High Randy Savage and Derek Dukes. Savage is described as reinvigorated after his split from Elizabeth, more dangerous than ever. Chu High's foreign villain persona is dissected, and Dukes is praised as a young talent with potential to break through in 1990. Then we turn to the features, where the issue truly comes alive. Kerry Von Erich versus the Clawhold, and the Clawhold wins. The modern-day warrior finds himself locked in battle with Taras Bulba, the mysterious Mongolian menace. Kerry assumes it will be routine, but the story unfolds like tragedy. Bulba counters the famous Iron Claw, reverses it, and shocks the world by pinning Von Erich clean. It wasn't supposed to happen, the feature declares, but it did. The piece treats the loss as symbolic, the fall of a Texas hero, the vulnerability of a legend who thought himself invincible. Press conference: Jim Ross, the voice of the NWA, sits at a podium and delivers an honest, articulate assessment of the industry. Ross praises the growth of the sport, acknowledges the WWF's marketing genius, and speculates about a dream match between Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. When asked to pick a winner, he smiles and says, "The fans." It's classic Ross, sincere, sharp, and rooted in respect for both athleticism and storytelling. Next victim: Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior feature that sets the magazine ablaze. The Intercontinental Champion is pictured holding the belt high, veins bulging, wild hair flying, body paint streaked like war colors. The article declares that Warrior has obliterated Honky Tonk Man, obliterated Rick Rude, obliterated Andre the Giant, and now hungers for the world title. Will Hulk Hogan be next? It asks, the headline practically vibrating. The tone is pure adrenaline, a snapshot of the transition from one era's hero to the next. Achievement 89. Vote for 1989's greatest wrestlers and matches. This is the reader's chance to participate in history. Ballots for Wrestler of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Match of the Year, and more. Candidates include Flair, Hogan, Sting, Muta, the Road Warriors, and Savage. The feature encourages fans to send in their votes and help make wrestling history. Then comes the most combustible feature in the issue: the Midnight Express. Cornets on shaky ground. 1 year earlier, Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton were the hottest team in wrestling. Now they're losing momentum, and both men blame their manager, Jim Cornette. The story quotes Lane calling Cornette a distraction, and Eaton wondering if the Midnight Express is better off flying solo. Cornette fires back, insisting, "You don't fix what's not broken, you just tighten the screws." It's classic PWI melodrama: loyalty, betrayal, and ego in 3 acts. After that comes You Decide Who Wins, the Dream Tournament Championship Final. PWI's long-running fantasy bracket reaches its end, and readers are asked to cast the final vote. The semifinal results are revealed. Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Randy Savage, and Sting have advanced. The magazine sets the stage for an imaginary final showdown between Flair and Hogan, inviting readers to be the booker and determine who truly reigns supreme. The final stretch of the issue includes arena reports with match-by-match results from arenas across America, the house shows, the blood, the undercards, the double countouts. Then Wrestling Inquirer, the magazine's quick-hit section for breaking news, offering last-minute updates on injuries, suspensions, and title defenses. Finally, the issue closes with the PWI poll, this time asking, foreign objects, should they be banned? The reader responses range from outrage to amusement, proving that even after decades, the moral line in wrestling remains blurry. As the January 1990 issue comes to a close, the tone feels like a goodbye to one era and the opening bell for another. Kerry Von Erich's defeat, the rise of Sid Vicious, the reign of the Ultimate Warrior, all symbols of a shifting world. The heroes of the 80s were giving way to the monsters of the 90s. And as the Ultimate Warrior's face paint cracks under the lights, the message is clear. Nothing in wrestling stays the same. Not even the gods. This has been From the Pages, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, January 1990. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Tell us your favorite moment, who you voted for in Achievement 89, or whether you think Warrior could have beaten Hogan. This is From the Pages, where wrestling history lives again.